Welcome back to the Division 2. Just a quick video to let you guys know to be careful. A lot of you are already going to know about this problem, but it does get a little bit worse than some players will have heard of at some point. So basically, with Season 10, the end of the manhunt taking down General Anderson, the General Anderson mission, at the end of it, players were awarded the Dr. Home exotic rifle, aka the Nerf gun. A lot of players never actually got their hands on it. They said they're going to be awarding everyone a Dr. Home at some point in the new year. There's not been any word on it just yet. But there was already a problem with it based on players having a full inventory. But then the players that did manage to get their hands on it, they're going back through the final mission. They're getting an exotic at the end of every single run. Players are getting extra Dr. Homes. Then what they are trying to do is deconstruct them and get in exotic components. They're trying to hand them in for expertise and all that sort of stuff. And on the Trello board, it mentions that the Dr. Home exotic rifle deconstruction does not give exotic components. This was added to the Trello board on the 20th of December, and the description says that a fix for it is planned for TU17 or earlier. Well, I mean, we're pretty much at the end of Season 10. Season 11 is going to be starting very soon, so I think it will be TU17 where they fix it, which is still about a month out, as far as I am aware. But it goes, it gets bigger than just a Dr. Home. If you are trying to level up your expertise, if you're trying to get materials of any sort from the Dr. Home, the O'Carroll, and the Sleigher, there are no components, no materials or anything from those weapons. And I've noticed this is a running theme in this game. Ever since they introduced transmog, they've barely added any of the new gear that comes into the game into the transmog system. And now when they're adding weapons and stuff into the game, those weapons aren't working properly with the expertise. Eventually over time, they would have enough weapons and new gear pieces in there that would account to extra levels of expertise. So I don't know if it's a way of them trying to limit players, to keep them at level 21, so there are certain weapons, but then it's causing confusion because they're adding these weapons into the expertise system. When you interact with that UI, you're seeing these weapons there, and they're just not counting. But I've also seen, looking through different forums like Twitter, YouTube comments and things like that, I've also seen that some named items are doing the same thing. So I think overall it is a bug within the game, but it's not affecting every single piece of gear and every single weapon. So just be careful. For the time being, if you pick up a Dr. Home or anything like that, either just leave it in your stash, keep it on your character in your inventory or whatever. I mean, it is quite frustrating at this point because the stash is still exactly the same size. We need a bigger stash capacity, but they said they didn't have the ability to do it without causing issues in the game. It was too much hard work to sort it out so the game would still run smooth with a bigger stash. Or there was some nonsense like that, some rubbish they fed players because they could easily increase the stash size. And they've had plenty of time to work on it. Players have been asking for a very, very long time. But if you do get a Dr. Home or anything like that, keep it in your stash, keep it in your inventory if possible. Do not break it down. Don't hand it in for expertise. You can sell them. Selling them is giving credits, but I wouldn't really sell them. You can earn credits by just playing the game. There's no point to it whatsoever. But breaking them down in any way, whether it's expertise or if it's for the components and the materials and stuff, is not awarding anything at the moment. So I would steer clear of it. Just keep everything as spares until they fix it. Then you should have a much bigger library of the Dr. Home, for an example, and you're going to get much more materials and stuff when you do have the ability to break them down and get what you're supposed to. And on that note, that's going to do it for this video. Check out this video if you want to see other content on the channel. I will see you in the next one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.